Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We just saw Gumiho edge out a narrow victory against Startail Bomber, and this means he will go on to face Squirtle. Not an easy opponent to have, and
you can say that again.
You know, whoever wins that round goes on to Code S, and whoever doesn't has to go to the up and down matches. It's kind of hard to believe that Squirtle may find himself there if Gumiho can beat him, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Gumiho can do that.
We'll find out soon enough. We'll find out next week. Now we are focusing on our next match at hand, and it is a game between a Protoss against a Zerg player. Today we have Vampire facing SuHoSin, aka Line.
Yep, this should be pretty exciting. We saw that Vampire was able to kill Boom Boom. We'll see if he can follow things up and take out Line, who this will be the last time I believe he will wear that tag, Zenex SuHoSin.
Exactly, Zenex teamed up with Startail, so from next season on, all those players will wear the Startail tag. Actually, as far as I know, their Twitters have already been changed. It's Startail _ I guess SuHoSin could be Startail _ Line for the Zerg. And of course, we have his opponent as well. This is Vampire. And Vampire already defeated a Zerg player in the first round of Code A. He was up against a Prime player, had to play Boom Boom, and was able to win here.
Yeah, he showed great play against Boom Boom as well. Boom Boom, not an easy opponent. And Vampire's already earned his stripes for me as far as his appearance in individual leagues goes. He definitely shows he can prepare. He's played in the team league a few times, but we'll see, man. Line is definitely a veteran. He's been around since the first open seasons.
I'm actually really interested to see if Line took a lesson or two from life. We had this nice Nidus Network play, the very early tag to Tier 2, and that's something we might see here. And there we have both of them, Vampire and SuHoSin. SuHoSin, of course, to the right.
Yep. Oh man, this is going to be a pretty exciting match too. Actually, I'm just so hyped today. Everything feels like a good dream. It's the dream I don't want to wake up from.
I'm really excited. I love PvZ. I really love it. It's a great matchup, and now we have the first map. It's going to be Daybreak. This is exactly the map where Life was showcasing his Nidus style. So we might see if SuHoSin talked to his teammate about it. This is the GSL Code A, the second round, and we have Vampire up against SuHoSin. Time to rock and roll. To the top right, our Protoss player starting for the MVP team. It is
MVP Vampire.
He will attempt to suck out the blood of his opponent. And starting in white.
Yeah, a lot of colors for MVP these days.
Bottom left though, his opponent, the Zerg for the Zenex team, for the Startail team. However you want to put it. We have the one and only
Zenex SuHoSin.
Yep, there he is. He actually looks like a little bit tired today.
Well, Vampire already with a scout.
Yeah.
And, well, he
forces the pool.
Yeah, he should better scout here, because the one thing that we saw from the Zenex, aka Startail players, was actually that we had S-Explode a couple of times for live now. Not only in those Code A games, but also in the ready action matches.
Yes.
I was looking for the name for a second. I was like, well, what was it yesterday?
Called the cross match.
Yeah,
well,
it's...
This is going to be a pretty sick lineup of 3 maps you're going to see, and you know, right now I'm already thinking to myself, what is Line going to do? Because Line really, I feel like, shines in the Terran versus Zerg match, or I guess in this case Zerg versus Terran. But against Protoss, we haven't seen as much from him, and I'm really curious to see what kind of style he's going to end up showing us. Like you said, will the style of his teammate, Life, really rub off on him here? It doesn't look like he's going to go for fast and ice, as he has not taken any gases yet, but it's still something he can do. The timing window is closing very fast, though.
The one thing that I always criticize a little bit, well, not really criticize, because he's quite successful with it, but he sometimes feels to me like a one-trick pony against Terran, because he always goes for some kind of variation of a Ling and Baneling, or a Roach Baneling boss. He has different openers. He sometimes does it on 2 base. He has a build where he does it on 3 bases. And there are different builds that he has. But every single time I see him against a Terran, he starts to open with a very aggressive early game build and tries to just capitalize on it. So I would really like to see a bit of a different style. I love, though, that he's able to pull it off and that he has so many variations with this build. But I want to see what what he wants to do as against a Protoss player right now. That's what I'm really interested in.
Well, he has double gassed, interestingly enough, off of just the 2 bases. We'll see what he wants to do with that exactly.
I would love the Nidus build.
Me too, you know. I mean, it seems like his team really favors that, and he's got one Overlord in position at the top left, and the second Overlord is still at the natural. If he pulls that back, which he is doing now...
He has 2 Overlords in positions where he can drop a Nidus network. The thing is, by the way, talking about sick lineups, StarTale next season in the GSTL, just think about it. The one thing that they were... there's the fast lair. It might well be the Nidus build. We'll find out. But to come back to the point, next season GSL, the one thing they were lacking so far was a Zerg lineup. They have Curious, they had July, but July was a bit on the back foot just lately. He didn't really have all these results where the Zerg players for Xenex really stepped up the game. I mean, Line and Life, those two, they were doing so well. So this is actually really scary. To all the other teams, suddenly StarTale has this amazing player lineup and is well-rounded in races as well.
By the way, we don't have Zergling speed just yet. He's completely cutting that out. He's going to have a lot of gas here. This is starting to look less and less like Nidus and more like Mutas.
A Stargate.
And a Stargate going down for Vampire. He's got 300 gas banked up, Kelder, and I think we may just see a Spire right away here.
He can do whatever. It's basically up to... It's his choice, but he can do both here. And it's the Nidus. It's the Nidus and a Hydra Den, and this is beautiful. He will be safe against the Stargate opening. And what exactly is Vampire doing, though?
He's got...
Look at his pylon spread. He knows exactly what's going on here.
He certainly does. I mean, he's got some great star sense. Look at this. Also, sends 2 Zealots to scout for the 3rd, and now I'm sure he's 100% certain what's going on.
The problem is, the one... Well, why does he scout? Why does he build those pylons? He builds the pylons because he's seen Live's play. He's seen Live play. He knows exactly what's going on here. But at the same time, it does not necessarily have to be an in-base Nidus network.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's why he's sending the Stalker around right now. He's trying to find the Overlord that will make a forward Nidus. Unfortunately, he can't see it. But if he tries to make a Nidus this close to his wall, he will see it. And I feel like the preparation for Vampire is so good here. He's almost read him like a book.
He builds it.
He needs to check one more time, and he will see this.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, wow, he's barely not seeing it. Oh my god.
And it's too late.
He sees it now. The Void Ray's not going to be much help against these Hydras and Queens. He makes 2 cannons exactly. He's already got the 2.
Oh, wow. He snipes the Cybernetica right away. The Queen needs to drop a creep tumor here.
He's going to need another core. He already starts a second one. He cannot defend this without Stalkers and Sentries.
If he kills the pylon is all that he has to kill here.
I'm not sure if he realizes it. Probe's coming off the line here. He does not want to hesitate. The Void Ray is charged.
He retreats. He retreats. He's not... there's another one in the main base. Nice. He sees it. There's only one Hydralist that's actually able to get through here. Takes down a probe. Has to be attacked. And another Nidus network has already been started. But the Void Ray is getting in position. He drops Nidus everywhere. Double Void Ray is out on the map now. The Hydralist already with 3 kills. 4 probe kills. Getting another one. 5 probes killed. It's the Slayer.
It is a Slayer, man, but the Slayer has been slain, and now Vampire is in a pretty good position, starting to clean up Overlords. He's going to supply block Suho pretty soon here. And the worker count, 39 to 28, 3 bases is not something that SuHoSin has right now. He's even got a Zealot position on the left side to make sure that's not something that he's trying to hide. He's got no Ling speed even. He's in dire straits now. His
he has
attack
to make this work. If he does not have a Nidus network that is actually arriving at some point on this map, he is very likely to lose it just because he cannot use those units. He is way behind in the Harvester production.
He'll probably sacrifice his Void Ray to target this down, actually. I would. Well,
he doesn't have to sacrifice. He's retreating. He's not targeting down. He knows exactly he was not able to pull this off. But if this attack fails, then suddenly Vampire is in such a great lead because he has so many Harvesters, and SuHoSin doesn't have a really follow-up for this.
No Hydralist range. He did not try to invest the resources into that, and that makes his attack less useful. He does kill the Nidus. As you mentioned, one more coming down. Where is... Okay, behind his army. He's got Phoenixes now as well. The Hydralist count not what it once would be.
I think there is a little bit too much now. If you look at this,
He's even making another nice. He is desperate to make this work. That's a lot of resources spent. The Queen's leading the charge. They have transfuses. They are picked up right away. Probes blocking with the sentries so the Zerglings can't come in.
Oh, he tries to take down those air units, but with the probe support there is too much. Too much for Vampire. Here come the Zerglings without speed and another follow-up, but it looks like SuHoSin does not have enough. Oh, on the other hand, doing a lot of damage to the probes.
He's killing a lot of probes. The probes are actually like the main part of the army here for Vampire right now. He's only got 2 Stalkers. Now he's got the 4 gateways up. Look at his resources. GG indeed. It's way too much. He spent so many resources on those Niduses, and a great hold by Vampire.
Yes, Vampire with a good hold here. And SuHoSin, the first attack just had a few, and they did not have enough units. With a few more, if he's able to take down these probes that Vampire pulls, then he might have been in a position to take the fight and therefore the game.
He's got quite the furrowed brow there. And, you know, it's funny because the strategy was so predictable that he made the pylons, he checked for the 3rd base. Even you and I predicted this was a high possibility on this map, and we saw it right away. And this is something that, you know, Vampire and his coach, I'm sure, discussed. And that's probably what Lion is thinking right now. Was this strategy too predictable?
If you think about it, he was able to make it work because he got this one Nidus. He got it. But he did not have enough units. That's the thing. So even though it was predictable, and even though SuHoSin, Vampire scouted for it, he did not scout this one Nidus network. So it worked in a way.
You know what's also
just didn't have enough.
You know what's funny is Void Rays obviously are not good against Hydras, but at the same time, they're really good against Nidus networks. They're mobile, they can fly over cliffs, so they're great at spotting and killing Nidus networks and Overlords. So even though they do a great job at killing the Hydras themselves, that's what the cannons and probes and Stalkers are for. But they really, really help take out the additional Nidus worms. And now we've got a big map. It is going to be Atlantis Spaceship. This is going to be a map Lion is going to feel much more comfortable with against Vampire. And it's time to start. GSL Code A, Vampire against Lion. We'll see if Lion can tie things up 1-1 here. I am Wolf. With me is Kaldor. Let's start the game.